Hello everyone, Adrienne here. I am in the lovely Liverpool. Look at that fantastic view. So I wanted to do a little bit of a challenge. Amazing treasure shops along Bold Street, just literally down here. I've got £10 and I'm going to see what amazing books I can get for 10 quid. Keep watching till the end and I will reveal what amazing books I've managed to find. So first up we've got Oxfam and they've got loads of books in here. So I've got my Amazon basket and my Goodreads list. I'm going to have a look what I've got on that list and see if I can find any of the authors that I want to get. Okay, so I've got one book from Oxfam and it's actually a book I've already read, but it was a brand new copy and I'm going to give it to my best friend as a gift because she hasn't read it and I think she'll love it. So I'll show you that in a bit. This book is the reason for my fantasy romance obsession. Oh my god, look at that. I've just got 2 books from the British Heart Foundation. So I'm excited to show you those. They look really good. I'm pleased with those. There's a couple more that I want to go to. We're just coming off Bold Street now. I'm going to go around the corner. What have I got left? If my maths is correct. Yes. Got 3 quid left. So let's see what treasures I can find. Okay, I took a little pit stop to get a sausage roll and I got my eyebrows done. So they've been looking a bit red. Right, let's find Roy Castle. I think it's an M in St John's Centre now. Let's have a little look where it is. Sausage roll. Right, I can't find it. I walked round and round and couldn't find it, and my internet wasn't working inside there, so to get the directions. So heading back out going towards more Liverpool 1, and I know there's scope and mind, so let's try that. I thought I just bought this, but it's actually a different book I've got. The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Okay, I'm spent up. I've got 25p left. There's another British Heart Foundation in it, so I might have just one last look in just to double check. But then let's go and find somewhere and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, we're back. Look at that, the sun has come out. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books for £10 in the charity shop. Let's see what we've got. So from Oxfam, I got a book called The Discovery of Witches. This book is fantastic. It's by Deborah Harkness. This is actually going to be a gift for my best mate. She's never read it, and she's getting into kind of the fantasy romance genre, and this is brilliant. It's part of a trilogy, the All Souls trilogy. It's actually a TV adaptation of it on Sky. which if you haven't watched it and you haven't read these, read these first, because it just goes into so much more detail. I was a little bit disappointed with the TV series, just because it just can't capture the amount of detail that's in these books. This is about a 33-year-old history professor, and she happens to be a witch, but she doesn't want anything to do with the witching world. So her parents died when she was 7 years old. They were murdered. So it's kind of about her story and her being a witch, but kind of refusing to be in that community and be a witch. And there's also vampires and demons, and this book is set in the present day, set in Oxford, and there's also scenes in France as well, and in America, because she's American. But it's the essence about witches, vampires and demons in the present day living amongst us, and all that comes with that. So fantastic book. This was £2.99. But yeah, really recommend this book. Really glad I've seen this. And it's brand new. It's absolutely brand new. Spine's not broken. It's like in perfect condition. So really glad that I found that. So when I picked up this book, I thought I was picking up The Tattooist of Auschwitz, as this is The Librarian of Auschwitz, and they're both by different people. This one is by Dieter Kraus, and it's obviously based on a true story. But they've both got very similar covers. The Tattoo of Auschwitz has lines going this way, and this one has lines going down. I think that's why I was a little bit confused. This one, yeah, I thought this looked interesting. 14-year-old Dieter is one of the many imprisoned by the Nazis at Auschwitz. But Dieter becomes the secret librarian of the camp, tasked with taking charge of the small collection of precious books the prisoners have managed to smuggle past the guards. The books are extremely dangerous. They make people think, and nowhere are they more dangerous than in Block 31 of Auschwitz. So I think this could be quite interesting. This one was £2, so we have spent £5 so far. Let's see what we got next. So this one is a nice small book. It's not often I read books that small, so this is going to be quite nice and refreshing. This is called Summer Water by Sarah Moss. This was a Sunday Times bestseller. This is a Sunday Times top 10 bestseller. What made me stop and look at this one is it had a quote from Hilary Mantel. Sharp, searching, utterly of the moment, and I quite like Hilary Mantel's writing. I love Wolf Hall, so that's kind of what made me read the back. In the summer solstice, but in a faded Scottish cabin park, the rain is unrelenting. 12 people on holiday with their families look on as the skies remain resolutely grey. A woman goes running up the ben as if fleecing. A teenage boy chances the dark waters of the loch in his kayak. A retired couple head out despite the downpour, driving too fast on the familiar bends. But there are newcomers too, and one particular family, a mother and daughter, with the wrong clothes and the wrong manners, start to draw the attention of others. Who are they? Where are they from? Should they be here at all? A darkness finally falls. Something is unravelling. So it could be a little bit intense, a little bit scary, but it's only short, so I thought that would be worth a read. And how many pages is it? It's less than 200. I could do that easily in a day if I kind of get into it. And that was £2, so we're on £7 right now. Next up, I found a Philip Pullman book, nice big hardback, The Book of Dust. I loved Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials, absolutely loved them. So when I saw this, I was intrigued and thought it was definitely worth it. And it was only £1.50. Malcolm was the landlord's son, an only child. He had friends enough, but he was happiest on his own with his demon Asta in their canoe, which was called La Belle Sauvage. Malcolm Polster's life in the pub beside the Thames is safe and happy enough, if uneventful, but during a winter of uneasing rain, forces of science, religion and politics begin to clash, and the weather rises to a pitch of ferocity. All of Malcolm's certainties are torn asunder. Finding himself linked to a baby by the name of Lara. Oh! Malcolm is forced to undertake the challenge for his life and to make a dangerous journey that will change him and Lyra forever. Is this a prequel to The Northern Lights? In His Dark Materials, Lyra is the girl, the main girl, isn't she? Let me check. Just a quick search is saying The Book of Dust is not a prequel to His Dark Materials, but rather a companion work. Philip Pullman actually calls it an equal. That's good. So this book isn't a prequel, but it actually runs alongside His Dark Materials. So this is volume 1. So I'm presuming this is kind of like goes alongside the Northern Lights, and then there's volume 2, and volume 3 hasn't come out yet. So I didn't realise. That's really good. I'm quite glad I picked this up now. That'd be quite interesting. So maybe I'll get His Dark Materials as well, and maybe could do like a tandem read. That might be quite interesting. So £1.50. So what am I up to? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.50. I did go over a little bit. So I've got 2 more books here. The Book of Beginnings by Sally Page, another Sunday Times bestseller. So her new chapter starts now. Jo Sorsby is hiding from her past when she agrees to run her uncle's beloved stationery shop, glimpsing the lives of her customers between the warm wooden shelves as they scramble notes and browse colourful notebooks, distracts her from her bruised heart. When she meets Ruth, a vicar running from a secret, and Malcolm, a specutarian. Never heard that word before. A specutarian. Still finding himself, she suddenly realises she isn't alone. They each have a story to tell and can transform Jo's life, if only she can let them in. This is kind of a bit of a feel-good, coming of age, finding oneself through the help of other people and their stories. So that might be quite a nice, easy read. Reading a lot of fantasy at the moment, so I like to read books like this in between, just as a little bit of a palate cleanser, so to speak. So this was £1.25. So these all came to £9.75. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 really good books. At 25p left, and then I saw one more charity shop I went into. I just thought I'd have a little look, because in theory, this one is going to be a gift. So it's almost like it doesn't count. And I saw this book and I wanted to pick it up. I'm wanting to get into some more classical reading. So I saw this, and it is Midnight's Children by Salman Rushdie. I've never read any of his works before, and it was £2. So I thought, okay, let's get that. Let's not count Discovery of Witches. If I didn't count Discovery of Witches, I had change with this. Born at the stroke of midnight at the exact moment of India's independence, Salim Sinai is a special child. However, this coincidence of birth has consequences he's not prepared for. Telepathic powers connect him with 1,000 other midnight children, all of whom are endowed with unusual gifts. Inextricably linked to his nation, Salman's story is a whirlwind of disasters and triumphs that mirrors the course of modern India at its most impossible and glorious. So I thought that looked really good. It had like a little bit of a magical fantasy element to it, and I also love reading about India and the history of India. So, and I've never read any of his works before, so I thought this was a nice little find. So that is it. So I got some really great books there. What do you think? Do you agree? Have you read any of these? There's going to be some more bookish content coming out. I'm going to plan on doing a lot of reading in 2025. I'm going to set a little goal of doing it like at least 52 books in the year. It's like 1 a week. If you'd like to join me on that challenge, put a little comment or a little like blue love heart or a book emoji or something like that, and we could all start a little book reading challenge together. Okay, I'm gonna go before the sun goes in. See you all soon.